It's worse when we're talking about or hearing speculation about you fighting somebody that literally fights 3 weight divisions.
This is the biggest fight of my career, if it happened, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Crawford? Yeah. I think Canelo just too big for Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter.
Chavez and Smith issued a strong warning to Terence Crawford during a live interview, expressing his disapproval of Crawford's potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. Smith stated that he hates the idea of this matchup and believes it's a terrible decision. According to him, Crawford is 3 weight classes below Canelo and simply too small to compete at that level. He urged Crawford to reconsider, warning that the significant difference in size and power could pose serious danger to him.
You have Crawford versus Canelo.
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168. Which means
world champion Amir Khan, who fought Canelo in 2016, has issued a stark warning to Terence Crawford. Khan admitted that he underestimated the weight difference and described Canelo as a beast in the ring. Reflecting on his own experience, Khan said he now truly understands why weight classes exist.
Canelo was a beast, and when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously I was probably at my peak of my career there as well, so whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well, but one thing, sizes, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing, every weight division. But then again, look bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer.
Boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. did not hesitate to share his opinion. Crawford should not fight Canelo at 168 lbs. He'll get knocked out for sure, Chavez predicted. While he respects Crawford's talent, Chavez believes that at super middleweight, Canelo is simply too strong and powerful. Coming from someone who has witnessed decades of boxing history, this warning carries significant weight.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Terence Crawford remains confident. He has publicly stated that he's faced opponents bigger than Canelo before and believes his superior skills will prevail. According to Crawford, Canelo's main advantage is size, not technique. This self-belief is part of what makes Crawford so admired by fans. He's never backed down from a challenge and always trusts himself to find a way to win. However, as many experts argue, facing Canelo at 168 lbs could be an entirely different challenge.
The speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev
was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
In a live interview, Stephen A. Smith issued a firm warning. Crawford is simply too small. He emphasized that Crawford would need to move up 3 weight classes to face Canelo, a leap that historically rarely favors the smaller fighter. Despite Crawford's impressive skill set, Smith believes the size disparity could be dangerous. He needs to let it go, Smith said bluntly, adding that even if Crawford manages to land clean shots, he might not be able to hurt Canelo.
The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes and 21 pounds to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2, trained him for fight Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Renowned. Coach Joel Diaz didn't mince words, calling the idea of Crawford beating Canelo stupid. He emphasized the significant size difference and noted that Canelo has already faced and beaten elite-level super middleweights and light heavyweights. From a trainer's perspective, Diaz sees this matchup as a clear mismatch that would not end well for Crawford.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything.
Stephen A. Smith issued a strong warning to Terence Crawford during a live interview, expressing his disapproval of Crawford's potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. Smith stated that he hates the idea of this matchup and believes it's a terrible decision. According to him, Crawford is 3 weight classes below Canelo and simply too small to compete at that level. He urged Crawford to reconsider, warning that the significant difference in size and power could pose serious danger to him.
I think my initial reaction would be to say that I think that Crawford would be the superior boxer, as great as Canelo is, as seasoned as he is, with 65 fights, if I recall, on his record. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer, but if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off of him. He says it's a legacy fight, and he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez, which is why we haven't really seen him in the ring against anybody else.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who fought Canelo in 2016, has issued a stark warning to Terence Crawford. Khan admitted that he underestimated the weight difference and described Canelo as a beast in the ring. Reflecting on his own experience, Khan said he now truly understands why weight classes exist.
Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. did not hesitate to share his opinion. Crawford should not fight Canelo at 168 lbs. He'll get knocked out for sure, Chavez predicted. While he respects Crawford's talent, Chavez believes that at super middleweight, Canelo is simply too strong and powerful. Coming from someone who has witnessed decades of boxing history, this warning carries significant weight.
I want to see Crawford versus Canelo. I think people are going to go, oh, that's too much. Moving up 2 more weight divisions, 2 more. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think that'll bring that much attention anymore, because I think if you go out there and destroy this guy, then okay, he can move up and fight against Canelo. But I think it'll be hard for people to buy that. You know, that he could fight somebody like Canelo.
Terence Crawford remains confident. He has publicly stated that he's faced opponents bigger than Canelo before and believes his superior skills will prevail. According to Crawford, Canelo's main advantage is size, not technique. This self-belief is part of what makes Crawford so admired by fans. He's never backed down from a challenge and always trusts himself to find a way to win. However, as many experts argue, facing Canelo at 168 lbs could be an entirely different challenge.
So you got Canelo Crawford.
Yeah, got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Pay the bill. That's why Canelo's good for him.
Check out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, -185. Crawford is the underdog, only +55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my bookie come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I could give a damn. If y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50, I'ma empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'ma empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit. I'm about to come up. I was gonna bet on Crawford thinking he'd be the huge underdog. Y'all got it that narrow?
Speaking in a live interview, Stephen A. Smith issued a firm warning. Crawford is simply too small. He emphasized that Crawford would need to move up 3 weight classes to face Canelo, a leap that historically rarely favors the smaller fighter. Despite Crawford's impressive skill set, Smith believes the size disparity could be dangerous. He needs to let it go, Smith said bluntly, adding that even if Crawford manages to land clean shots, he might not be able to hurt Canelo.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he could outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hype about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round 1, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. he gave him a good fight. It was very close. Majimov, people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Majimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo...
Renowned. Coach Joel Diaz didn't mince words, calling the idea of Crawford beating Canelo stupid. He emphasized the significant size difference and noted that Canelo has already faced and beaten elite-level super middleweights and light heavyweights. From a trainer's perspective, Diaz sees this matchup as a clear mismatch that would not end well for Crawford.
Vegas. Now that is a fight that I'm expecting to be very good. I think it's going to be tough for Crawford. He's not big enough, I don't think. He's just not got that size. Don't get me wrong, he'll stack some pounds on and he'll grow. He's obviously bigger than his fight weight, but Canelo Alvarez has been up at light heavyweight. I know he's been up at, light heavyweight. He beat Kovalev. And then he's dropped back down now to super middle because he's probably not big enough for light heavyweight, lost to Bivol, and he's probably realised, actually, that's probably a step too far. But Terence Crawford, was he 147 pound, one of the best to do it in the business. But to come up, we know what it's like when people come up from welterweight and try and succeed a couple of weight divisions above their weight.
Regardless of all the criticism and concern, Terence Crawford still wants the fight. Many fans support him, drawn by the idea of greatness and challenge, which Crawford has always embraced. For him, this fight could cement his legacy if he somehow pulls off the impossible. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario that has captivated boxing fans around the world.
Terence Crawford's going to have a fight again, and I look at the options on the table. There's no one he wants to fight 154 pounds. There isn't. He doesn't want to fight Fundora. He's not going to fight Virgil Ortiz. He's not going to fight Boychuk. These aren't sexy names. These are just not names that even gets out for a jog for. The only name he wants to fight is Canelo. So for me, I feel like I'm more closer to Crawford fighting than Crawford not fighting. And if Crawford's going to fight, then it has to be Canelo. But look, we'll see. That's a dream one for me. I think I said that on my wish list for 2025. I said Crawford, Canelo. I think all the others will come true. I just want this one to come true. It's a crazy fight. There's almost too much weight between the two, but I agree. Hey, this is boxing.
Heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua offered an optimistic view, acknowledging the size difference, but emphasizing that what really matters is who wants it more. In his eyes, if Crawford is motivated, focused, and trains the right way, he could still surprise people. Crawford has a point to prove, and that motivation could drive a performance beyond expectations.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the catchweight stuff, but I feel like there's no rehydration clause, is there? No, so that would be good. And then I feel like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. showed us that weight is good. Like, there are weight categories for a reason, but providing they're both skilled and talented, there's not much difference in weight. It's just who wants to win. And watching that fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank just showcased that weight is all about that. So I'm looking forward to the Crawford and Canelo fight because I feel like Bud wants to prove a point. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight. Bud he was just over there a second ago. Calling him Bud like I know him. But Terence...
Boxing. Legend Oscar De La Hoya shared one of the sport's well-known truths. A good small man doesn't beat a good big man. While he respects Crawford's talent, he believes the odds are stacked against him. Size, power, and durability usually win out in boxing, and Canelo possesses all three in abundance.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out.
Teofimo Lopez, known for his sharp analysis, praised Canelo's ring IQ and physical advantages. He believes Crawford is elite, but facing someone with Canelo's combination of intelligence, experience, and power will be incredibly difficult, especially at a higher weight class where Crawford has never competed.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got?
Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yep.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown.
Canelo. Alvarez's record and resume are unmatched. He has fought and beaten world champions across multiple divisions, and most recently, he won another world title by defeating Caleb Plant. Whether that specific detail is verified or not, the fact remains that Canelo has proven himself time and again as a dominant force at 168 lbs. Facing him is a tall order for anyone, especially a welterweight moving up.
Based on last fight is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those three last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight.